Hey guys, PokeTrips here, and today I'll be going over the transactions for week 5 of the PDA. To start us off, we had me of the Cincinnati Peds dropping Clefable and picking up Gastrodon. This is a very simple transaction for me, as I have been using Gastrodon a lot recently competitively, and I've learned that not much can stop it. Clefable, on the other hand, if it gets set up, it's good. But in this format, with most people having a poison or a steel type, I don't know why I said and steel type, a steel type, it's very difficult to get Clefable set up. So I decided to get a more reliable tank in Gastrodon. Next up, we have the Phoenix Sunkerns dropping Roserade and Klefki and picking up Togedemaru and Rampardos. Now, me and Joseph were actually doing a random battle, and he got a Togedemaru, and it completely dominated my team. I also showed him a good Rampardo set, so he decided it would be best to pick that up. And I guess Klefki and Roserade weren't doing it for him, so he decided to drop him. Next up, we have the Chicago White Sox dropping Landorus, Therian, and picking up Buzzwole. On one end of the spectrum, you can be like, oh, what is he doing? Landorus is one of the best competitive legendaries. And on the other end, you can be like, oh, well, Landorus just wasn't doing it for him. It was like 1 and 3 overall, and Buzzwole might just mix it up a little bit and might be better for him. So I think that this isn't the best transaction, but it's not the worst. To really judge this transaction, we're gonna have to see how Buzzwole does. It does have that really gruesome 4 times flying weakness, and most teams are carrying a flying type. We have the Solars carrying a Togekiss. We have the Sox themselves carrying a Pidgeot. We have myself carrying a Minior. We have the Indiana Bruisers carrying Landorus, which we'll get to that in a second. But Buzzwole, I don't know. Like I said, we're going to have to see how this plays out before we judge it. Now, not even 3 seconds passed for Landorus being a free agency, and Owen came up to me in the hallway at school and said, I'm dropping Registeel and picking up Landorus, like instantly. He instantly wanted that Landorus. I guess he didn't want me to have it or something. But we see the Landorus go to the, oh crap, that's the Sox. Pretend that you don't see the Sox, pretend that that's the Indiana Bruisers. The Indiana Bruisers dropped Registeel and picked up Landorus. This was a really simple pickup for the Bruisers, and I really like it. Let's go ahead and move on. The San Antonio Solars dropped Frostlass, and they had an open slot on their roster, so they picked up Electivire and Magmortar. I really like the pickup of Electivire. After he dropped his legendary Zapdos, he didn't have an electric type, and I think Electivire can fill that slot quite nicely. The Magmortar pickup, kind of needless, kind of not needed, not necessary at all. It's gonna prove Magmortar on paper is really good, but when it's in battle, it's not as good as it seems to be. Trust me, I used to use it. Magmortar, and I used it on Pokemon Battle Revolution. Magmortar, it can be good, but more times than not, it's gonna get beat out by something else. And there's a bunch of fire types that can just do its job better. That's just how it is. Moving on, we have the only trade this week: the Detroit Dialgas and the Cincinnati Peds. Myself traded Porygon Z and Mienshao. I traded away Mienshao and got Porygon Z. I really like this trade. For me, obviously I did this trade because I like it, but I've been using Porygon Z a lot competitively. I'm gonna tell everybody my strat here. If you put Z conversion on it, it's basically unstoppable unless you have a physical wall such as Chansey or Blissey or something like that. Mienshao just wasn't doing it for me. I brought it like 1 week, and I think it's like 1 and 1 or something, and it's not doing what I need it to do. I think that Porygon Z will fill that slot quite nicely, and while the Z conversion will take up the Mega or the Z move, which I don't like that, we're going to have to see how it plays out. Anyway guys, very short transactions video for this week, but that's all the transactions there are this week. And for now guys, this has been PokeTrips, logging off.